What is up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're at that point in the E36 build where it's the last 10% that takes 90% of the time. Alright, so today we're adding a bit of a insurance policy to all the hard work we've put in. We're going to be installing a Lifeline fire suppression system. Went on Summit, found a nice kit of $500 insurance policy, especially with a lot of the recent stuff that we've seen. A lot of close calls. Don't want to lose the car, so we'll be plumbing this in today. We'll be putting in our other sparkle, and to go with that, of course, the homie. Put this up. Oh, those are sick. Those are gonna look good, especially with the red and the gray from the cage.
It's gonna look really good in there.
A little bit of contrast to kind of complement everything. So, first and most crucial step would be bottle placement. Me and Austin kind of this morning just kind of brainstormed how we wanted to do this and what would make most sense. Ultimately, it would be my job to make sure that the pin is pulled before any runs or anything, so that the system's armed, and in case of a fire, Jimmy, without hesitation, can pull the handle and know it's gonna work. But in case I do forget,
something happens,
we decided to mount it behind the passenger seat to where Jimmy can still reach over and pull the pin if he has to. It just made more sense to mount it here. $500 to ensure all of the hard work that we've all put in. Like I said, it hasn't just been me, it's been a collective effort. And to have that insurance policy, can't go wrong with that. No, I don't have my safety glasses on. Do as I say, not as I do. God, I love Verve nut tools. Now that the bottle is mounted, we are going to figure out where we want to put the two pull handles. I made this plate for the heater control. We're gonna end up putting one pull handle here where it's really easy for Jimmy to pull or the passenger. Worst case scenario, for whatever reason Jimmy can't pull it, we're gonna put a secondary one here where someone can easily open the door and pull that. I know in drag racing, you normally put one outside the car along with like a kill switch or something, so medical staff or track staff can get to it, but since it's a drift car, can't really put it outside. We don't know where it's gonna get hit, when we're gonna get hit, especially the rear end. It's gonna be into the wall, hopefully. In a good way. Yeah, we'll put one in the center console so it's easy to get to from either the driver or the passenger. And then we're gonna put one here so it's easy accessible. Someone can open the door and get to it if they need to. All right, so I didn't know how extensive this kit was until I actually opened it. It comes with 4 nozzles for the inside and 4 nozzles for the engine compartment. Comes with a line. So the line is very malleable. You can do it by hand. And it's all push lock, so it's really easy. Get yourself a small pipe cutter. I think this is what's gonna take the longest. Figuring out where you wanna put your nozzles, just honestly common sense, especially on the inside. We're gonna do 2 to the driver's like feet area. We're gonna do 1 to the heater box because it is all electric and it's probably gonna get the hottest. And then 1 towards the passenger feet. What's good? How are you guys doing? You guys liking this content? The change up? Something different? main line going to the engine bay, and the bulkhead is ran. The main cabin line is ran up under the dash. There's a T here. Passenger side is all done. I try to keep the lines as even as possible. They don't have to be exactly the same exact size, but almost anything will take the path of least resistance. So trying to even everything out kind of should give it more of an even spray out throughout the entire car. I also made a very good point just now, like we can't test it. So we're hoping and we're trying to do the most diligent work that we can. It's good to have and not need than need and not have.
Hopefully we never have to use it.
Exactly.
But if we do,
we got it.
We're doing it right.
Driver's side is simple. Just teed off, pointing down towards the driver's feet and firewall. If you had a fuel cell, I probably would have ran a line to the rear and 2 nozzles towards the rear fuel cell, but since we don't, mainly concentrating on the passengers, firewall. Make sure you guys block off your firewalls. Like, you don't want any holes in your firewalls or your floor. You don't want any open holes or anything to where gas or fuel or anything can just blow in. Wow, we've been chipping away at this thing and it's been killing it on the fuel system on the AK86. Let's go see what he's doing.
All right, so in the midst of all this, I am doing the fuel system on the 86. Personally, I've never done a fuel system from the tank back. Like, yeah, like I can make AN lines and stuff, but
It's dash 8, isn't it?
this is dash 6.
Okay.
So not too big, but I'll make it work. So we're gonna delete all this stuff. Look at this wiring. I'd call this Mickey Mouse wiring. It's gonna be good. Fuel system today.
So that part will go into the fuel pump hanger, like you said.
Yeah, with a 90.
There you go.
So from the tank forward to the bulkheads. Yeah, got enough room. So as you guys seen, we're still using the stock fuel tank. We just modified the hanger to bulkhead dash 6. And then that's the way I kind of seen how I wanted to run it, straight in a 90. I don't know if that's the best way, but it's gonna work.
Oil filter bracket, good.
No, I don't know if they've seen the Mini yet, but I like it's condensed. Small. Good. Nice. Jimmy wanted to run bulkhead fittings for the fuel lines, and I see why now, because if you're running a line from the tank all the way to the bay, like your fuel rail, and you mess up a fitting or a fitting just randomly starts leaking, that whole line is garbage now. That little separation. Also, if you want to like pull the engine, if you need to pull the engine, you don't need to pull the whole line or have this huge line hanging once the engine's out. So I do like that.
And you did a really, really good job making that bracket too. Tucks up right there on the frame rail.
I like that.
The next day.
Morning, Austin.
What'd you do without me?
A lot. So it was one of those days where you just like, I came in with just like tunnel vision while you were out getting a wonderful haircut, by the way. Everyone, please look at this man's
Feeling fresh. New to Connecticut, yeah?
Your glow's different when you go to the Spanish barber.
So you're making the bracket for
The second pull handle, because the first pull handle is already in.
Man, look at you. Doing all this shit without us.
That's done, and then all the nozzles and the engine bay are done.
All the nozzles Going for the exhaust side, the fuel rail,
and then the regulator, and under the intake manifold is the fuel filter. We mounted the first handle. That's mainly for the driver. But we talked about, you know, in case of emergency, someone else having to open the car and get to another handle accessibly. So we thought about putting it right around here. Cheat code: poster board. Stop using cardboard. You don't get a nice crisp template with cardboard.
Okay.
So poster board. But we'll have a screw here going into the cage, and then a screw on this front face. Something like that. Luckily, I saved you guys the time of watching me cut it out, and I already did it. Came in with blinders on today. So, template. Real piece.
We're gonna put a sticker on the outside.
Yeah, that's why I left this piece nice and flat. So we'll put a sticker here pointing towards the handle, or a little fire emoji, something. I think with my big brain sometimes. So satisfying. Not bad.
That's not bad.
Not bad. If you know Jimmy, you know he always forgets his fire extinguisher. Got no excuse now. Means we can put the other seat in. I'm probably gonna hate myself later on for putting it in, because there's still a few things I gotta do under the dash. So, fire suppression system's done. As you can see, the seats are actually in for the final time. They came in and out a few more times. I'm over it. I'm done. They're in. This one still has some adjustment without having to take the whole seat bracket apart, so you can still fine tune, Jim. And now we are moving on to the next bit of safety, which are these beautiful Yashio Factory LZ MFG 4-point harnesses. I already got the bottoms in. Those took the longest.
Those eyelets right there.
Looks so good.
That is old.
I gotta tighten this one. They're nice. I like these.
Fucking hour ride to Bristol.
I would not be doing that every day.
Last one, Austin.
You're almost there, bud.
That last 10% takes 90% of the time. The little subtle pink kind of goes good with the red. 830's back.
For everyone wondering, Mead had it. Stay Gold Performance. He did a lot of work to the E30. A lot of the stuff that, like, kind of a pain in the ass to do.
Every event, 5 axles.
What's causing it?
Gripping and ripping. Just too much fucking horse puppers under the hood. And an asshole driver borrowing the car.
Good car though.
No, this thing fucking shreds, dude.
Matching the E36 today, big lumberjack energy. I just saw Mead come in. Now it makes sense why like he was like, hello, goodbye. But I didn't realize how much I missed seeing this thing here. You know, BMW energy. It's a good day to have her back. She was partied in.
It's meant to happen.
Glad she lived a life this summer though. Hello? The Beamer's calling. I'm home. Honey, I'm home. Welcome back, baby. E36 is almost ready. Spoons got it back from paint. It's good. E30 is back. The E30 is back in the shop. We're shooting a video right now. I got the money in my hand.
Safety, something not to cheap out on. Take your time, invest in it. It is an investment. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. You already know, like, comment, subscribe, and
See you in the next one.